So this is TX. This is our solution to an all-in-one planning, executing, and orchestrating pipelines in a single platform. So for those of you familiar with SqlDBM, it sits on top of existing SqlDBM functionality. So everything you've come to expect, relational diagrams, data dictionary, governance, it's all here under one project. And it's being extended with the transformational abilities of TX. If you notice the top part of this object, the column grid, this is the structure, the DDL components, the metadata of the object that we're already familiar with and used to working with on the relational diagram. And the idea here is that everything stays in sync, whether you're going bottom up from relational to transformational, or you're starting in transformational and you just need to write a quick report together, and you don't want to define ahead of time kind of what the columns will be. The idea is you can work in either direction. And let me explain kind of the idea behind that. So if I'm writing SQL, and again here, even though it's Jinja, we can add some dynamic elements, but it's really just SQL that we're going to pass to Snowflake, so no limitations in what you can and can't do here. So let's say I want to add just another column, current data's that I added some columns, I removed other columns, I added some joins. I'm working top down. At the end of let's make sure valid SQL, if that's fine, then now it's telling me that the object structure doesn't match the column grid. So here I could either, once I'm done, I'm happy with the logic, I can refresh these columns. And now again, now the top matches the bottom, or I can go in the opposite direction. So this is where I can start the other way around. I can start here, and let me pick one that's an actual object. I can define my columns, and then I can say create or convert to TX object, in which case I do the opposite steps. I first start with the object, then I select the sources, then I select the template, and that gives me the final object. But because I'm starting from relational, I now also have the object to option to lock it down and enforce a model contract. I can say, now that I've started bottom up and I've, let's say, validated this object with my business stakeholder or my architect, I want to pass this off to the engineer, and I want to make sure that whatever SQL they write matches this exact structure. Then when you enforce a model contract, when you come into here, this part will be locked, this part will be non-editable, and this, instead of refresh columns, will be a validate structure. So it'll just be doing the check without refreshing the column, so that whatever I write here, if I added an extra column or I removed whatever, the validate will just fail because it won't match.